Do you remember the about 7 years ago in the data lab when we had rolling chairs and they'd all just end in the corner?
That was not long-lived.
Tennis balls work great for that.
Yeah.
Not as good as duct tape, but
cut them open and.
Back in the day, no one wanted to be in the data lab.
Yeah, accurate.
Yeah, the refurbish of that was like night and day.
Oh yeah.
There was another grouping of those singular hydroids that we saw. But
Yep.
huh. It's cool Argus view. That was a bit we just ran over. That corresponds with our bathy. We've got these loby kind of tongues of flat bit and then steep with that look like
way to stick it in the bank, girl.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, okay. Fly over the sandy bits. Good method.
Been waiting for that for a while.
Yeah.
Full advantage. I like it.
I'll go a little bit slower.
Yeah, it looks like this. We'll be doing the same thing. It's up this and then another flat bit.
Roger.
Low bait.
Come up a little bit on the delta if you want there, Dan.
Almost looks like bird guano on the rocks.
It does. It's from the island.
Yeah, Guano Islands. We're rubbing off on it.
I was reading about Jarvis on Wikipedia yesterday.
I was doing that today, yeah. That's pretty cool.
You're going to come up
there
a
are
bit
books
there
on
on
the
delta,
lounge,
Dan.
too.
Are there?
There's books in the lounge on Jarvis and
oh,
the
really?
Pacific Remote Islands, yeah.
I was curious that there were actually structures on it for a bit, considering there was no fresh water available.
I mean, I would say if I saw this in a video,
yeah,
I was watching, I would say this is pretty heavy crust, but I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Heavy manganese crusting?
Yeah. Is it?
What makes you think you don't know anymore, having busted some open?
No, it was like that. We've seen a lot of pillow flows that kind of look like this too.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we did bust one open and found out it was a carbonate, not a volcanic rock.
Man, gets you every time. That manganese coating looks so alluring.
Well, it wasn't even one of those that just looked like, it was actually like one that just looked like it had been altered on the outside without a lot of manganese coating.
Mm.
And then busting it open, it was carbonate with like these nice little like lenticular, I guess, parts of manganese coating in there. It was like,
Dan, you want to come up a
banded
little bit on the
little.
delta?
Yep, coming up.
Also, all those flat like planes are probably carbonate rocks based off of that rock coming up, and not like flows of lava that we saw in the past dives.
Sorry, what was that last bit? Those
So,
planes are
yeah,
not
like
flow related?
No, they're probably more likely to be just carbonate rocks that have formed there with time.
Interesting.
Touching down too much today.
Appeared to get steeper there, huh?
Yeah.
There we go. Looks like finally in Argus is less hot on the mezzo. Should flatten out somewhere up there. Or at least decrease in slope.
We're in the winch room.
That's Anatoly.
Roger.
Urchin.
How long it'll be before that gets turned around. You're gonna have to go down there and do it.
Well, we gotta turn around.
That door is backwards.
I saw Mazur putting it in, and he just crawls through the little one at the bottom.
They put it on backwards. George was saying he was gonna have them switch it. They haven't done it yet.
Is that space air conditioned?
Is that space air conditioned in there?
Yeah.
That space is
No.
not.
No.
The space behind the red door is for the shuttle drive. There's VFD cabinets in there. The big variable frequency drives, I'm assuming to.
That's why they put a door in?
What's that?
Is that why they put a door in?
Yeah, they want to keep the.
I was wondering why there was a door there suddenly.
Oh.
A door
keep
appears.
the drive for the shuttle from cooking itself to death.
Yeah.
Means the winch room's about 20 degrees hotter.
At least.
Sauna.
I was wondering why
heat from
everyone
the
was
winch?
commenting on that.
Surprised we don't have.
Yeah, is that heat from the winch or just from like the outside, like just not having, just having stale unair conditioned air in there?
I think both. Not good ventilation there.
It's the Nautilus sauna room, .2.
Point 2.
What was point 1, the old hold?
The right where we keep all of this t-shirts and supplies and stuff.
Oh yeah, then the bow thruster.
Oh my gosh, it is so hot in there.
Can we zoom in on
Video.
this stipply texture of the rock?
Yeah, video, go ahead and zoom in there, please.
What is this? Barnacles?
Barnacles?
I think it's barnacles. Or some sort of shell.
Weird.
Yeah, it kind of does look like barnacles.
Yeah, it's
though.
barnacles.
Yeah.
You can see some live ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that full zoom video?
Well, yes it is.
Roger.
Yeah, I see some live ones to the upper right.
Yeah.
Why are they there?
It's a good current there, I guess.
There is, yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, video, go ahead and come wide slow, please.
Come on, wide.
Barnacles are suspension feeders. They have a hair-like projections, webbing that they stick out into the current and basically just capture any particulate matter, transfer it to the mouth.
This area is rife with barnacles.
This is nuts. Can we look at that, zoom on that fan to the right with all the crinoids on it?
Wow.
What's going on there?
The condo.
Yeah, there's another one in the background too, the same fan. It's like a mirror image.
Yeah.
Fan with crinoids.
We're getting into like peak primnoid diversity here, and I'm not so sure that it's just one or two species anymore. I think there's several.
Video, you want to push in there a bit, please? Alright, I'm a little bit landed here. Let me get you a better view. Come back, come wide, video.
Alright, video, go ahead and push in there.
Crabby.
Oh, okay. So this
That's
is
good video. Sorry, the current's gonna push me a little bit away.
This is also a primnoid, and it's none of the ones we've seen down below. This is, I think,
Alright, video, come wide, please.
a primnoid in the genus Candidella.
I'm gonna move. Sorry, Steve.
Yep. With Candidella, a lot of the polyps, even when they're closed, those look mostly closed. They stick straight out still. They don't actually bend up or down. So that's one way to identify that genus. However, there are some species in that genus we're finding now that they do have polarization to the polyps. But generally, yeah, that sticks straight out. Wow.
There's a lot of barnacles here.
Yeah.
Barnacle City.
Or their skeletons, at least. The little bases. Once they die, the skeleton, the plates will persist for a long time.
That's all the tilt I got down, unless I override the stops again, which I can if you want.
Roger, yeah, I'll boogie in front of you here.
Seems like a silly place for a stop. 74 degrees.
Yeah. That doesn't look down at all.
I can't stand it. Pushing the button. Can I get a 90?
Oh, you can tilt more down. You can just ignore stops.
Yeah.
Right. That was a really abrupt end to the barnacles.
Mm.
That was, yeah.
Here's your little bit of a flatter slope to
Ooh, look at the pink wall coming up in the meso.
Yeah. But it's not as hard a return on you right now, so it can't be that tall.
Yeah. It is short but mighty.
Can we zoom on that white fan if we have a second?
The one center screen?
Right.
To the right?
No, to the, yes, you're correct.
Roger.
Correct, right. Center. I think it's a stony coral, actually.
All right, video, go ahead and push in there, please.
Yep.
Stand by. Come a little wide there, please, video. That's good.
A little squatty in there. That might not be a wall, that might be a...
Go ahead and push in a little bit more there, video.
So we're not getting any return on these lava rocks, are we?
No. It's not very square.
That's okay. Just a quick zoom. We can identify it from here.
Roger.
And
Come wide, video, please.
Got some good captures, so we'll carry on. That's Analopsemia.
Saw some mushroom corals down there.
Yeah.
Actually, video, I'm gonna come full wide for a minute on Herc. I'm just gonna squirt my camera and make sure. See where I'm at. Oh, you can push past my own, go now.
Okay, now we got a lot of stuff here. Oof. So is that a wall coming up, that big return?
It'll probably be, but you don't really see it as hot in Argus.
Okay.
We'll just keep an eye on it.
A wall or sand waves. It's weird we don't get, you can see the return of the rocks in the first two range rigs, and then whatever it is, it's different kind of return.
Yeah.
There's a huge like
I'm
overlap.
thinking that it's not a wall, it's the sand waves that we saw before. We'll see.
Yeah.
Saw a big basket star back there that was taking over one of the coral.
More barnacles.
Yeah, look at, we're getting into the rubble fields now.
Yeah, we can feel free to stop if you want to investigate an area further.
Yeah, I may want to stop and sample. Oh, look at that crack tube. Is there anything rocky you might want to sample here, or still wait?
I don't know. Maybe if I see something, I'll call it out. But right now, it looks pretty together.
Okay.
Or at least I don't trust that the stuff would be loose.
Let's keep it going for another couple minutes.
Sure thing. Should be able to come down a little bit on the delta there.
Sure.
Why, are you getting pulled?
Yeah, the delta's at 29.
Yeah, I saw the tail got yanked a couple times. That pattern we keep seeing, the white fan with the bunch of crinoids on top and basket and brittle stars. It's like they found a way to eat.
Yeah, it's the best structure around.
Yeah.
Let's make a plan to stop and kind of look around the vicinity of that platform in the intermediate waypoint.
Yes, up here at the intermediate waypoint?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or even just slightly before.
Yeah, no worries.
That's about, what, 100 meters away? 150?
Yeah. Yes. The ladder.
Ladder, roger.
Just so we can take a look and see if there's any sampling we want to do before we make the next trek up. That way we don't have to stop mid-slope. And you can also write abundant barnacles if you want to now.
I will.
I
Just
think
in case we want to return
numerically
to a
they
low
dominate the field here.
I would be surprised if that wasn't true. Barnacle. Yeah, hopefully.
We saw barnacles down below, but they were these big yellow, very low density barnacles.
Your Herc set to Herc meso set to 20-meter divisions. That's why it's looking different. We've been driving with 10 and 20 on Argus.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's weird you get a
leave it that way if you want.
return on that sediment. It must be a like diatoms or something. It's usually don't get a return on sediment like that.
Yeah, maybe it's the this
Danny,
diffuse
you want to come down a bit on the
rockiness.
delta again, please?
What's that?
You want to come down a little bit on the delta again, please?
Sure.
So it's just a crack in that lava tube over there to the left? Or is there bio there?
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bio.
Yeah, it looks like something's growing there, but it could be growing in the crack.
Huh.
And a quick zoom there, video. That's good. Looks like bio to me.
Yeah.
Just bio, no
Hydroids.
cracks.
Yeah.
Hydroids.
Looks like hydroids, is that?
Hydroids, yeah.
Alright, video, go ahead and come wide.
Hydroids are relatives of corals in that they're cnidarians, but oftentimes they're just brambly fowlers. So they will attach to hard skeleton and just use that as a ways of feeding into a current. They reproduce and grow pretty rapidly compared to the corals. And you'll find them on sponges and rubble and anywhere they can attach. Yeah, so there's almost a complete community shift again, like to these primnoid dominated assemblages. I hardly see any corallium anymore. Oh, there's one there. But yeah, this is really, really interesting zonation. You almost have a full replacement at these certain depths.
You want to iris down a bit there, video? Thanks.
I think the corallium started to appear at like 1,600 meters, and now it's petered out. 1,250. Now we're getting primnoids. Bamboo corals dominated below 1,700. Very nice. I like how this ridge is very gentle. You really get to see these vertical zonation patterns. If it was a steep slope, you wouldn't necessarily be able to see this as effectively because you'd be transitioning depth so much faster. But this is a phenomenal dive so far.
Did you guys ever get a chance to examine the sediment sample? The slurp sediment?
You mean the rubble from a few days ago? There was some sediment in there.
I think I thought you were saying they took a sample
yeah,
of the.
that one.
Oh, the rubble, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they, we did take a sample, I think 2 dives ago, of a bunch of coral rubble with a bunch of sediment in it. There was also some, I think there was a sediment collection and there was some foraminifera. What is that?
We've found some brittle stars and a polychaete worm too.
Do you want to zoom on this fish still, Steve? Or
Yeah, sure.
okay, you want to snap zoom in there,
I was
video?
looking at the rock, actually. It's
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about
well,
the fish.
no, but the fish is great. This is a rat tail.
Come wide there, video, please. What rock are you talking about?
No, don't worry about the rock.
Roger.
It just looked weird. But it was just a rock. The biologist's interpretation of a rock. Can't decide if there's 1, 2, or 3 different primnoid fans here. They all look slightly different. Species, that is.
sorry.
That's a sponge right there. Can we zoom in above the lasers?
Roger. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
We saw this down deeper, and
Right video push in there, please.
right around 8 o'clock. It was the last thing I saw before I went to bed. And they were trying to decide if it was a
That's
coral
good video.
or a
Hold that.
sponge. Weird finger-like projections.
Oh. Sorry. Come a little wide there, video, please. There you go. All right, go ahead and push in there a bit, please, video. That's good.
Yeah, very nice.
All right, you want to come away a little bit slow there, video? Do you have your scrub? Sorry, see if I should have checked.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay, come away, video, please. Thanks, Emily. Oh. Sorry, Steve, I'm just going to get a little bit back to Argus, and then I'll slow down a bit.
No, everything looks great.
Perfect catch-up speed, 0.3.
Oh, chase you on. I think we're getting up into that depth range that we were the last couple dives. That might be Vector Gorge, yeah, it might be. I'm not sure. These densities are something else, man. First the bamboos, then the corallium, now the primnodes. These are just nuts.
What do you think drives that zonation like that?
Zonation, it's a function of depth and depth covariates. So as depth increases, you get various correlations with temperature, salinity, dissolved oxygen. But I think that doesn't explain the abundance. You know, we've been seeing abundant and dense communities very deep, 1,800 meters. And I think what's driving the abundance here is actually the particulate matter on the water column, the food supply, and the current. We were noticing in the lounge when we were on the way down at 300 meters, there was this massive ctenophore and marine snow bloom. So that's the food that's driving this whole system.
Is that riding in on the current, or is that? I mean, when you see the same amount of corals outside of that 400 kilometer equatorial current?
I mean, we're still in the width of it latitudinally. We're still in the width of the equatorial undercurrent zone. You know, we're still between the north and the south equatorial currents.
What is that width again? 400?
Yeah, I mean, it probably varies based on longitude, but I think generally it's 400 kilometers wide. So
so 200 on either side? Or 400 on either side?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it doesn't exactly correspond to the equator, though. It's slightly to the north.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah, I mean the atmospheric and oceanographic. Can we look at this sponge?
Yeah, sure.
It's really weird.
Look in the sponge.
Yeah, it's has a very nice
I like
form.
to look in them. See who's home.
Usually a shrimp.
All right, video, go ahead and
Usually a shrimp.
push in, please.
Shrimp's home.
Shrimp in bondage.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very
It's
cool.
really pretty,
Yeah, it's almost pristine. It's not full of gunk.
Yeah.
You can do a little bit more push in.
It almost reminds me of one of those
See the
amphora.
I was gonna say it looks like ceramic.
Roger.
You'd struggle to make something as nice looking as that.
It's
in
almost
a
a
ceramic
perfect circle,
glass.
yeah.
Yeah,
Great
come a little
pattern.
wide there, video.
Okay.
If somebody's home, they're hiding.
They are hiding. Can you see anything pink in there?
No, I didn't.
I don't see anything in there.
I didn't see any beady little eyes.
I should move, but
Yeah.
be forever a mystery.
Why don't I stop the ship here, and we'll drag a bit.
I was thinking the same.
What do you think,
Should be doing
Steve?
steps.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
We can probably accomplish what we need to here.
Bridge nav.
We have the dangly bit in front of the flyy bit.
Hold position, please. Thank you. Might have a bit of a sway, but
Yeah, what's that delay right now is like 50?
current delay is not that bad, only 30. So it might have been that current, the current that it was feeling down slope is not as strong up here or something.
Roger.
How much does 400 kilometers translate into degrees?
60 nautical miles per degree, isn't it?
And there's 1.8 kilometers in a nautical mile. So
Let's just Google it.
got a calculator here.
I just asked Siri. She's smarter than I am.
So there's 108 kilometers per degree. So 400 is approximately 4 degrees. Does that make sense? Or am I way wrong?
It seems big.
Yeah, I might be way wrong. I could have just done one of those steps wrong.
Yeah. Well, it could be, I guess.
How many kilometers per degree?
Coming up.
Do you want me to do it?
Nah, that's all right.
Well, no.
It's more important that we keep our heads about where we're at. Can do the math later.
If anyone's listening out there, why don't you just go and translate how many kilometers there are per degree?
I'm still coming up a bit here.
I think it depends on the latitude, right? Or is latitude consistent and longitude is the one that varies with latitude?
Longitude varies. Latitude is pretty consistent. Or at least down here. I think they're both pretty consistent down here.
Yeah, that's right.
Almost a square.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No weird projections on the map. Some word I can't even say. Rennie can probably say it.
What?
I could probably try and butcher it. Mercator?
Mercator?
Mercator, thank you.
Yeah.
What'd you come up with, 108? Is that what you said?
No, I said, yeah, 108 kilometers per degree. Wait, I don't remember now what my math was. 60 times. That doesn't make sense at all.
Well, we didn't experience it in Kingman, Palmyra, and the furthest site south there was 3 and something. 3 north, I think.
Oops.
I'm all stopped there. I'm probably pulling you down.
What'd you get over there, Justin?
Right at the same thing, about 110.
Yeah. That's about right. I said 108. So, I could be wrong by a bit. So, yeah, a couple of up to 4 degrees. Seems pretty wide though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, you have to think about, half north, half south too.
It's true, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that sounds reasonable. Where'd the corals go? If the ship stops in a place with no corals, I got nothing to sample.
I know, we can always turn around.
Yeah.
Now that
So we're not quite up at the flat bit where we wanted to stop and look around.
Yeah.
We're kind of still going up.
Okay.
It's up to you though. If you want to go back to that flat bit where we saw a bunch more, we could press onward. We can always retreat again.
I think we'll see them. We'll see them again. Just a matter of where.
Look at that sponge. sponge.
What is that?
Sponge. It's a big one. You can see it in Argus pretty well too.
How old does it have to be to get that large?
I imagine it depends on the species.
Looks kind of like a marshmallow.
It's kind of like a baby sponge though. Make it pretty big. Have it?
Yeah, we saw in Papahanaumokuakea, the sponge reefs there, the sponge, I mean, it was like insane. They're just huge, massive sponges.
All right, video, go ahead and push in there, please.
British Columbia has some
That's
great
good.
sponge reefs as well.
Yeah,
Sponge
tons of
garden,
sponges.
sponge reef, yeah.
Wow.
Can I see that pile
All the
of
way up
pictures?
to Alaska.
Thank you.
So why is it like that brown color at the base?
Probably older sponge.
Okay.
Yeah, older bits.
Yeah, it looks like the current must have died down because don't have any layback of Argus really. We're right behind the ship now. Steve, you want me to step towards that the intermediate waypoint, or you want to wait here and kind of
Yeah, just
explore?
push it.
Yeah,
Full
let's
for a
do a
sec.
couple steps.
Okay.
Push in full for a second. We'll just see the prettiness of the pores.
Actually, can we take a snip of this coral and slurp it up?
Of the sponge?
Yeah, or yeah, the sponge. Sorry.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I don't want to put it in a box because I think it'll be floaty. But if we slurp it up,
Yeah, well.
it's it'll probably be better off.
Oh wait, sure thing. All right, video, go ahead and come wide, please.
I'm thinking, yeah, at most we need like a 10-centimeter lobe or something like that.
When you get set up, I'll do a DVL reset at some point too.
Roger. I think this will be all right here.
Why is it not on F?
It just seems to be in a perfect spot, really. So grab a sponge here. And then we'll step a little bit and see if the corals come back.
All right, ready?
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that nozzle out of the rock so I can flush there?
Let's see. Looks like it. I can pick it up a bit if you want.
What's that?
I can pick it up a bit if you want.
Probably should.
I'm gonna do a quick TVL reset.
Yeah, sure. All right, jazz hands.
I don't know what the texture of this is going to be, but I'm guessing soft.
I don't know if we'll be able to direct suction, or are you just positioning it?
There's nothing in any of the suction samplers yet?
Nope, all slurp containers are open.
Roger. We'll go for jar 1. Does that make sense? Or do you want to start with some random like jar 4 or something?
The wrong
6.
Some people just want to see the world burn.
A different angle.
Anarchy.
Oh,
I know I'm not on the puck, but
That's a grab.
looks good.
Okay, flush complete. Coming all stop and going to, apparently you have to go reverse to go to jar 1.
who put those on?
In theory, we're on jar 1. So I'm
Roger.
going to go real low to start with. Not sure how soft he is, but I guess you'll find out.
Roger that.
Does anyone else see that the sponge is scattering the lasers?
20%.
Yeah, but
Yep.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know how effective.
Video, you want to push in there, please?
do you think we'll need to cut it first, or do you think?
No, you can just tear a piece with the nozzle and it'll go in there.
Did you want any more? Did you want to get a frame grab before I suck it up?
I think we've got a
Yeah,
lot of frame
got
grabs.
some.
Yeah, we're good.
Thanks.
Roger.
I guess it depends on if you
Wow.
want a piece of it or if you want
Yeah, I mean suction
pieces of it.
Yeah, let's
Oh, cut a little hole in it.
Do we have a
cookie
suction up?
cutter.
Do you want to?
20%.
Do you want to crank it up to maybe 60?
It'll disintegrate it. So if you kind of go along and tear a piece off, it will go in whole. You know what I mean?
I'm not seeing any flow in the jar. Are we fully lined up?
Yeah, she got a piece there.
Yeah, but it's not very.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that little whirlpool.
There it is. Started.
Let it go in. Wait for it.
There's
Just little
pieces.
bits. Yeah.
Alright.
So that's
Disintegrate it.
yeah.
So maybe 3 or 4 pieces like that. I think
Oh,
will be
there's
enough.
this one that came off just now.
All right, it's going.
Can I have a sample number?
097.
Oh, we will make 100.
The other one come in. The other one.
Yes, we will.
You guys have like a meeting about it?
That's probably good, Jess. But we beat the other ones up. They'll just come apart and go through the mesh. And
Roger. Is that good for you there, Steve?
A little bit more.
A little more.
Yeah, like one more chunk.
Roger.
we still got 2 that haven't come through, I think. Or did they come through and I missed it? They did?
So dainty little
yeah, right.
bites.
Just like a bite, taking a bite out of a sponge.
That's so soft and fluffy.
All right, so there's one more chunk came through. All right, let's get this last one in inside the tube and call it a day there. Oop.
Ooh,
Hey.
it's our friend.
Is that good? Can you see in camera 7 there, Steve?
I can see it, and yeah, as long as that last little chunk gets in there, I think we can stow it and let's go.
All right. Looks like it's good, huh?
Okay. I don't know if it came through or not.
Do you want full wide?
Standby.
Hi.
I think we can just
Send
zero
back.
it. Steve, is that enough collected on the filter there?
That's enough, right?
Right. Okay, video, go ahead and come full wide, please.
Come full wide.
Thank you.
Full wide.
Thanks.
So that was it. None in the flush jar. Nice one, Jess.
Thanks, guys.
feel like I'm on the flush chart.
Ooh. Work. Sorry, Dan. Looks like this bin's open, huh? All right. And Dan, would you mind giving me the porch there?
Sure.
Thank you.
Strafe the gauges along the way.
Roger.
While I'm thinking about it. Sure won't be long.
All right, Steve, so do you want us to explore around here, or do you want us to do a step towards the initial waypoint?
Yeah, we're going to step.
Do a step, okay.
That heading is 35. It's roughly north. 350.
Roger.
You should. Yeah, I'll just call it in. Bridge nav.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could I have a step 30 meters bearing 350? Thank you.
Looks like a shark took something out of that coral.
Yeah, I didn't know sharks ate sponges.
Going on a diet.
Some cool lava flows up there. Basically straight ahead.
Yeah, yeah, they look really nice.
Gauge check, check.
Nice.
I put a check mark in comments. Check. Status quo. It's redundant to write down the same numbers over and over and over.
That's true. Also, do you want to push past Mongo bit there, please?
Yeah, sure.
That's my excuse for being lazy.
Oh.
You're just efficient. You're not lazy.
Dan, you want to bring your head around to 0, please?
0? You're crazy.
Crazy.
It's going to get confused.
Fits in with the boat and all of us.
It's not going to know if it's 0 or 360. Which way do I go? It likes 360.
All right, next time. If I had to go around to 45, I'll call it 405 degrees.
You'll forget that I failed horribly at math. But
Actually, on auto XY, if you're changing your heading on auto head, it keeps adding past 360.
Oh, really?
So your heading could be like 900 or something if you
Keep making right turns.
Yep.
That's a lot of tether wraps there.
I thought they fixed that. Or when I was playing with it, they fixed it. It doesn't.
It may have been. Yeah, that could have just been at the beginning of the season. At least it was.
Well, I don't know about an XY, but it seems like last year when you changed your auto heading, it changed your set point, and now if you're in auto head and you change it, you have control of it. And then when you let go, it grabs your current setting.
Hopefully that's what it is. I seem to remember during shakedown we were doing some kind of test where they kept changing the heading, and it was like if you keep doing plus 60, but it keeps adding.
Yeah, I remember me complaining about it last year. Going, this ain't right.
Were you guys on the same watch last year?
Yeah, we were.
And Gabby.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's right, Randy, you got to fly.
I did. Briefly flew.
Yeah, you gonna give Rennie a go again?
Yeah, Randy, whenever you want a chance.
Yeah, I'll do a flyby.
Give him that manipulator. Let him bash on some rocks.
Yeah, I operated the manipulator once or twice before, but mostly in midwater when they don't.
More fun if you're bashing rocks. So
Yeah. Well, you say the word, I'll hop in there and have Steve yell at me immediately to get out of the seat.
Steve's been pretty patient with us.
That's true.
We can test that envelope though.
We can test the quota. No, he's got the snacks. We can't make him mad.
This is pretty flat, right?
I know how this works.
Looks pretty flat. Yeah, Rennie, here.
Let's
It's
do
pretty
it.
flat right now.
Let's do it.
Just gets to be the navigator.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No.
We don't joke about that stuff.
Rennie the Herc pilot.
All the autos on and auto depth.
Don't trust those autos.
Oh.
Yeah, you can, well, no. Yeah, totally don't fly with autos on, but just so that you can get set up. Nice.
Just the navigator now.
Gotta get used to your joy gain too.
Yeah, I have a 80% joy gain right now.
Hot dog mode.
Yeah, seems that way. It's like you I kind of like that though, because you're then able to
Actually control the vehicle.
actually control the vehicle instead of
I
like
that
crank
way
it.
too.
I plan on running into rocks a lot during this little test here, so.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll
Long
get to
as
see how strong they are.
As long as you run into them slowly,
Yeah.
it's all good. You gotta be doing at least
Your
0.5
Z
to
bias is
bend
real dialed in. Cause I'm barely having to touch it.
Yeah.
That is dialed.
Nice, Rennie.
Not doing much yet.
Oh, but it's smooth.
something. I still find that alien to fly a ROV that doesn't float.
Yeah.
That was a Fareed sponge. That frilly one.
Oh, you want to look at it?
Sure. How comfortable do you feel about doing a quick zoom on that one?
Well, we're about to find out how comfortable I feel as I rocket towards the seafloor.
All right.
Nice.
Pretty benign. You can pretty much land anywhere you want.
Yeah. So.
Gently land.
Yeah.
That was a nice landing.
No, I don't think it was that good.